didn't play a lot of zone during the regular season. It seemed to work for Denver against OKC, and you played it against the Thunder a bit with Rudy out. How do you kind of view that as a tool that you might be able to use in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, you got to be obviously good at what you can do, but you also have to be willing to try different things, and give a team such as the Thunder in particular different looks. The ball in the hands of Shea and Williams so much. If they settle into a rhythm in the game, it becomes very, very hard. So, might be able to buy yourselves a couple different possessions here and there, and if it works, you might ride with it. We haven't been as you said, a super heavy team with zone. We were better at it last year. For some reason, not quite as good at it this year. So we haven't used it as much.
Coach.
Yeah.
Someone who's coaching the G League, coaching some interesting teams. Have you been surprised by the maturity that the Thunder have shown at their age?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can see this thing coming a couple of years ago. They're young, they play hard. Mark does an amazing job with them. They've had an identity for a few years. They just keep growing into it. They play hard. They got the right guys doing the right things. There's a pecking order. They have a lot of things in place that most young teams don't. That speaks volumes to what they've been able to build here.
Nas has had a lot of success just in his career against Oklahoma City. Does that factor into your mind when it comes to deploying him at all, or is that just something that happens by chance?
Well, I don't know if it happens by chance. I think Nas has played in so many different roles for us over the years. His activity and his versatility is certainly extremely useful against teams such as this. We're really good. They can take away a lot of things that you're trying to do. So, we need a big game and a big series from him, as we do from all of our guys. But sometimes you just have those teams where you play well, but I'm sure they know that too. So it'll be interesting to see what they try to do to mitigate that.
Chris, over the years, you've had a lot of Lou Dort and matchups. From your perspective, what are the dynamics of that? How do you handle that?
Well, it starts with handling the physicality. I think you gotta move all over the floor. He's gonna lay on you. He's gonna kind of hit you. And then you got to be careful because he does a really good job of drawing fouls too. You got to be strong and simple. I think Ant's become more accustomed to this type of defense recently, and we saw it last series with Peyton Jr. as well. Plays them very, very similarly. So, but we have to work hard to try to free him up, and and he's got to put the work in elsewhere to free himself up.